Dear students, we were discussing module number 7B, Karma, written by Khushwant Singh. We are discussing line by line this extract, and we have already discussed about the nature of Sir Mohanlal. A brief introduction of his wife also we have seen. How he just ordered her and she obeyed passively in the house also. Both of them do not have any child. Lakshmi is a very short, fatty, poor, illiterate, and common background lady. Now Sir Mohanlal is on railway station going somewhere. The signal came down and the clanking of the bell announced the approaching train. Lady Lal hurriedly finished off her meal. She was taking meal. The coolie is sitting nearby. As soon as she heard the bell announced that approaching the train, she hurriedly finished her meal. She got up, still licking the stone of the pickled mango. When she got up, still there is a leaking of stone of a pickled mango from his mouth. She emitted a long, loud belch as she went to the public tap to rinse her mouth and wash her hands. After eating a sufficient meal, she gave a loud belch in Marathi Dekar. Satisfactory air you can so come out from your stomach after the meal. And she went to public tap to rinse her mouth and wash her hands. After washing, she dried her mouth and hands with loose end of her sari as usual. The ladies generally have such kind of a habit to wash their hands with the corner of the sari, and walked back to her steel trunk, belching and thanking the gods for the favor of filling meal. In this activity, she also thanked God that the God gave her time to take meal sufficiently. The train steamed in. Lakshmi found herself an almost empty interclass Zenana compartment next to the guard's van at the tail end of the train. Zenana compartment means the compartment of ladies was almost empty, which is the next compartment to the guard's compartment at the tail of the train. The rest of the train was packed as usual because of reservation or crowd. She heaved her squat. She lifted her trunk and squat bulky frame through the door and found a seat by the window. She put her all the bundle of luggage and over there and got the seat of the window. She produced a 2 anna bit from a knot in her sari and dismissed the coolie. As usual, Coolie was waiting for the paisa. So she put two annas in his hand and dismissed this Coolie. She then opened the beetle case and made herself two beetle leaves charged with a red and white paste. She opened her beetle case. Beetle leaves. The leaves generally can be eaten after meal by Indian people. And some ladies have such kinds of habits to eat beetle leaves. Some people continuously eat beetle leaves with the paste, white paste, that is in Marathi chuna we can call, and other soft and other material is there in that beetle leaf, so that it will turn after chewing into red. Minced beetle nuts and cardamoms cardamoms will so all this material she mixed in that two beetle leaves. These she thrust into her chin. These material she thrust into her chin on her hands and sat gazing at the jostling crowd on the platform. She feels happy, and she was amazingly gazing at the jostling crowd. Jostling means comic. She feels that crowd is comic, going and coming, and other people. So she liked to watch. The arrival of the train did not disturb Sir Mohanlal's sang-froid, that is calmness. Train is arrived, but Mohanlal is still calm and quiet. He continued to sip his scotch and ordered the bearer to tell him when he had moved the luggage to the first class compartment. He even didn't move from his place. He just ordered the bearer, that person, that he should inform him, Mohanlal, when he had to leave with his luggage to the first class compartment. Excitement, bustle, and hurry were exhibitions of bad breedings. And Sir Mohanlal was eminently well bred. The common people got excited, bustled, and hurry always because they belong to common people in common society, and that's why they are bad breeding. But Sir Mohanlal was eminently well bred, and that's why no hurry, no excitement, no bustle in his nature. He wanted everything tickety-boo. Each and everything should be fine and perfect and orderly. In his 5 years abroad, Sir Mohanlal had acquired a manners and attitudes of upper classes. He has spent at least 5 years in abroad, that is in England, where he acquired British manners, British attitudes, and upper class behaviors between each other. He rarely spoke Hindustani. When he did, it was like an Englishman's. Only the necessary words and properly anglicized. He never speak Hindi language, which is our national language. Suppose he wants to speak a single word of Hindi language, that will be anglicized by him in English accent. But he fancied his English. that is decorated his English, finished and refined at no less a place than the University of Oxford. When he was in Oxford, he polished definitely her English. He acquired all these manners and senses and pronunciations of how to utter English words. He he learned quite properly. He was fond of conversation, and like a cultured Englishman, he could talk on almost any subject: books, politics, people. How frequently had he heard English people say that he spoke like an Englishman? Many Britishers usually say that this Mohanlal is speaking like a Britishers. His accents, his stress and intonations on the words are like Britishers. So Britishers also accepted him as a good communicator, belonged to India, but is a British. Sir Mohan wondered if he would be traveling alone. It was a cantonment and some English officers might be on the train. It was a cantonment where they are staying on the station. This is a cantonment. Cantonment is a military camp. English officers might be on the train. His heart warmed up at the prospect of an impressive conversation. Just he was thinking there should be military officers, British officers in the compartment. And he was thinking a prospective, impressive conversation between that officers and he himself. He never showed any sign of eagerness to talk to the English as most Indians did. Generally, we try to speak English eagerly, aggressively, immediately, and that was not case with the Mohanlal. Nor was he loud, aggressive, and opinionated like them. He went about his business with an expressionless matter of factness. He went about his business with an expressionless, no expressions on the face. He did not explore himself as a Britisher or as an Englishman. He did not explore himself that he knew English language also. He would retire to his corner by the window and get out a copy of the Times. What he generally do, he used to sit on a window seat and get out the copy of the Times of India. He would fold it in a way in which the name of the paper was visible to others while he did the crossword puzzles. The title of the paper should be seen by all the people so that all the people will understand that the person is a well literate and able to know English language. In such a way, he holds the paper in his hand and tries to solve the crossword puzzles in the paper. We will see remaining part of the story in my next lecture. Till then, thank you.